Hi, welcome to Matt's Garage. I'm rolling out a new segment, Chewin the Fat with Matt. And the reason I'm doing this is because there's stuff I want to talk to you guys about, but I don't want to make the regular work episodes too long. I mean, you guys, everyone's busy, but I want to document the thought process so I can point to myself later and call myself an idiot. It also gives you guys a chance to call me an idiot, and it also gives you a chance to stop me from being an idiot. So there's a lot of positives. The other thing is, if I do this, it's easier for me to just do a talking episode than a working episode. So I'm gonna try to squeeze this in between each of my weekly uploads. And I can preview stuff. So I can tell you what I'm gonna do, and that way you get a chance to interrupt me before I get to it. The way I was doing it before, I might film 3 episodes and then dole them out over 3 weeks because I'd be traveling or whatever. So by the time you saw an episode, maybe I'd filmed that a month ago, I've moved on, and if you have any advice, I can't incorporate it. This way, for example, I'll tell you what's coming up and you can tell me, oh, don't do that, and then I can think about it or research it or learn more. So what's coming out this week, I'm gonna show how I boxed this frame. I took 1/8 plate and boxed where the power steering goes here because I noticed cracks and fatigue when I was working the frame. One thing you will never see is me cleaning this frame up. After I welded all the holes closed, I ground them down, I took a wire wheeled everything, took a flapping brush, flapped everything, and now I'm just waiting for a special brush to put on the end of my drill or die grinder so I can get into these nooks and crannies that are sort of spread out throughout the frame that you can't get into with a regular wire wheel brush. So that, you're not gonna see that. You will see the boxing this episode. And what I planned on doing tonight before I came up with this Chewin the Fat with Matt concept was this, the internal frame coating. You see that? Come on, guy, focus, gang. And what this is it's just spray paint basically with, let me get out of the shot because it'll try to find the face there. Find the face! Come on, guy. Come on, guy. All right. So you can see it's got a brass tip there, and that brass tip has a, come on, dude, focus, man. Too close? All right, see that brass tip? It's got 4 holes in it. And those 4 holes, like a Venturi, will shoot in a spray pattern. It doesn't have a picture of the spray pattern in here, but it's like a cross coming out of the tip of the paint. So you can snake that through. I was gonna do that, but it's too darn cold, okay? It was 62, and then the temperature just started dropping off a cliff. And I was trying to keep the garage warm with the space heater, but it just got too cold. So I gotta wait until Thursday, Friday. It's gonna get back up to 65, hopefully. Wish me luck on that, guys. And then I can shoot. You often hear me talk about temperature and painting. Oh, I missed my paint window. Sorry, that's the Verizon box battery. Every year I gotta replace that thing. Anyway, so what do I mean by that? Now, I actually don't know about this product because it doesn't have any when you buy paint from a paint store, it comes with technical information. This just comes with marketing information. It tells you what temperature not to store it at to get it to blow up and kill you, but it doesn't tell you what temperature you need to shoot this paint at. So I need to do a little more research on that. Maybe I can get to 50 or whatever, but with regular paint like epoxy primer, you got to keep it above 60, and that's because as the temperature drops, the flash off and curing period extends exponentially, right? So 90 degrees Fahrenheit is only a slightly slower process than 100 degrees Fahrenheit. And 80 is a little bit slower than that. 70 is a good amount slower than 80, but 60 is a lot longer than 70, right? So it's exponential. And then once it gets below 60, the process stops and it never restarts even when the temperature goes back up. So because of that, you got to be super conscious about keeping your surfaces up to temperature. Now, that's why paint boots are heated, by the way, so you're shooting in a controlled environment. Will the paint go on below 60? It'll go on, it'll stay on, but you're not going to get good adhesion qualities. You're not going to get good top coating performance, and you're not going to get durability. and I read that on the internet, so it must be true. So Friday, I'm hoping for a sunny day. Roll the frame outside, get it in the sun, let it heat soak a little bit. Hopefully get it up to like 70, 72. I've also got a heat blanket coming, like one of the medical heat blankets. So I'm gonna put the paint in like a box with the heat blanket and try to get the paint up to around 80 or 85, all right? If I can get the paint up to 85, get the frame up to 70 out in the sun, I can shoot it, get it back in here, close the garage door, turn the space heater on full blast, and hopefully it'll, you know, hold at the temperature above 60, allow it to cure, set and cure, and then I don't have to worry about it. Whew, it's a lot of talking. So that's my plan. Tell me if I'm nuts. The only other detail I can share with you is I'm probably gonna OSFO the paint. So I bought, what did I buy? I know I bought it. Where did I put it? Oh, here. I bought 2 of these, one for OSFO and one for pre-paint prep. So the idea is you fill it up and spray. You use these for like, you know, pesticide or whatever. But OSFO and pre-paint prep are 2 things I don't want to spend my whole day. I'll do it. I swear I'll do it. I don't want to spend my whole day squeezing the bottle, so hopefully these will help. So I'm going to OSFO it because after the sandblast I ran the wire wheel and the flap disc, and that took the bite out of the profile, right? So when you sandblast, the garnet or the media leaves a profile, you know, microscopic level, real scraggly that the paint goes and bites into. But when you hit it with the flapper wheel and the wire wheel, it smooths that out, right? So you can imagine like mashed potatoes are scraggly and you come over it with a spatula, it smooths that surface out so the paint has nothing to bite to. So I need to reintroduce the bite, and the OSFO will etch that metal on a microscopic level and give it a place to bite. But the added benefit is it'll get into the nooks and crannies where I can't get into with a wire brush. You know, there's little gaps and voids in the factory welds. There's just places that, like in here, where the track bar mount meets the spring bucket. You can't get anything in there. So you try to clean it as best you can, and then hit it with the acid, and then it'll etch. And then at least when you do get the nozzle, the paint nozzle in there, I'm sure it'll run like crazy, but at least it'll coat that metal. So that is kind of the plan, guys, you know. For paint, I'm using Omni product. Omni is the cheap version of DuPont? No. My brain's not working. It's the cheap version of a very well-known brand, all right? But it's great, actually. I used it on the power steering box, and I beat the snot out of that thing in the power steering rebuild episode, and that paint held up great. So I'm going to use that for the frame. It's going to be 2-part epoxy primer, black, 2-part primer filler, black, and then single stage urethane, still 2 parts, 1 stage, right? So you mix the 2 parts and you shoot it at once, and it's your color and your final coat. It gets hard on its own. So that's going to be gloss black, and I know matte is in. I know matte black is in because matte's cool, right? But I want gloss. You guys want matte? Buy a Bronco and make it matte. I just can't even say that without, I'm stupid. I'm like 3 years old, okay? So that's gonna be my plan for the frame, the axles. I already did it on the steering box, and any other like chassis components that are just hanging, like skid plates and all that stuff. So let me know. And there goes the heater. So that's time to say goodbye. You know, thanks for watching. Chewing the Fat with Matt. Tell me, was it lame, too long, too stupid, I'm an idiot, whatever, I don't care. Just talk to me, Goose. See you next time. Matt's Garage.